Imagine waking up tomorrow with $1 million in your bank account. What's the first thing you'd do? Buy a luxury car? Book a first-class trip to the Maldives? Splurge on that diamond-studded watch you've had your eye on? Most people fantasize about these purchases. But what separates those who stay rich from those who go broke is the ability to resist those exact impulses. You might be surprised to learn that most self-made millionaires don't indulge in expensive toys right away, or even at all. Instead, they develop habits that preserve and grow their wealth over decades. They focus on long-term value, not flashy rewards. In this video, we're diving into why millionaires avoid what most people consider dream buys and how you can learn to think the same way, even if you're just getting started on your financial journey. The flashy millionaire is mostly a myth. Our culture has glamorized wealth to the point that it's almost inseparable from consumption. Social media is filled with influencers posing next to Ferraris, yachts, and private jets. The average person sees these images and assumes that's what being rich looks like. But the real picture is far less dramatic. According to the classic financial book, The Millionaire Next Door, most millionaires live in middle-class neighborhoods, drive used cars, and rarely spend money on luxury goods. They didn't inherit trust funds or hit the lottery. They built their fortunes by consistently spending less than they earned and investing the rest. They're not trying to look rich, they're trying to stay rich. They know that flaunting wealth might feel good in the moment, but it often sabotages long-term financial stability. So while others chase status, millionaires chase freedom. That's the real flex. Dumb purchases millionaires know to avoid. Let's explore the kinds of purchases millionaires generally avoid, not because they can't afford them, but because they've learned they're not worth the cost. Luxury cars. It might be tempting to drop $80,000 on a brand new luxury vehicle. But here's the problem. The moment you drive it off the lot, it loses 20 to 30% of its value. Most self-made millionaires are aware of this depreciation. Instead, they often drive used or modest cars. Warren Buffett drove a Cadillac for over a decade. Mark Zuckerberg drives a Volkswagen. Buying a car that simply gets you from A to B reliably and safely is a smarter financial move than paying for a badge or image. Millionaires understand that the smartest car is the one that doesn't drain your wallet while you try to impress people who don't really care. Designer fashion. Yes, millionaires can afford Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Rolex. But here's what you may not know. Most of them don't care. They prioritize functionality, comfort, and timelessness over trends. Fast fashion and expensive designer brands depreciate quickly, offer little long-term value, and are often used to project an image rather than serve a need. Many millionaires, including famous entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg, wear the same or similar outfits every day, not to be boring, but to reduce decision fatigue and save money for things that actually matter. Oversized homes. A big house comes with big responsibilities, higher utility bills, bigger property taxes, and more maintenance. Millionaires often avoid unnecessarily large homes, unless they serve a specific purpose. Warren Buffett still lives in the same house he bought in 1958, not because he can't afford a mansion, but because he doesn't need one. Housing should provide comfort and functionality, not become a financial black hole. Smart wealth builders choose homes that fit their needs and allow them to invest their surplus instead. What millionaires buy instead. Now that we've looked at what millionaires avoid, let's talk about what they do spend their money on and why. Investments that grow over time. Instead of spending thousands on luxuries, millionaires invest. That $3,000 spent on a designer bag could be invested in index funds, stocks, real estate, or businesses, assets that appreciate over time. They understand the power of compound interest and the value of letting money work for them. Even modest investments made early and consistently can grow into massive wealth over time. For example, investing $500 a month into an index fund with an 8% return can yield over $1 million in just 30 years. That's the kind of thinking millionaires adopt early. Assets, not liabilities. In simple terms, an asset puts money into your pocket, while a liability takes money out. Millionaires buy assets: real estate that generates rental income, stocks that pay dividends, businesses that operate with or without their involvement. Liabilities, like luxury cars, boats, or oversized homes, drain money with little to no return. Millionaires learn to distinguish between short-term satisfaction and long-term value. They ask, will this help me earn or grow money? If not, they walk away. Value-driven spending. Millionaires don't avoid spending altogether. They just spend with purpose. They look for value. Whether it's buying quality over quantity, purchasing used instead of new, or focusing on long-term utility instead of trends, their purchases are intentional. They also understand the time cost of money. Is that purchase really worth the hours or days of work it took to earn the money for it? When you start thinking like this, your entire relationship with money changes. The psychology behind smart spending. One of the most powerful things separating millionaires from the average consumer is mindset. They view money as a tool, not a trophy. They've trained themselves to delay gratification. While others swipe credit cards to feel good today, millionaires think about how each decision affects tomorrow. They aren't immune to temptation, but they have systems in place. Some practice cooling off periods, where they wait 24 to 48 hours before making any big purchases. Others follow strict budgeting rules or automate their investments so they're never tempted to spend that money at all. Ultimately, it's not about deprivation, it's about focus. They don't spend less because they're stingy. They spend less because they value freedom, security, and opportunity more than a temporary high. Hidden costs of dumb purchases. Let's go even deeper. When you buy something you don't need, you're not just losing that money. You're losing what that money could have become. This is called opportunity cost. That $5 Starbucks habit, if you spend it daily, that's $150 a month, or $1,800 a year. Invested over 30 years at 8%, that's over $180,000. Every dumb purchase robs your future self. The iPhone you upgrade every year, that's money that could have grown exponentially. Millionaires are hyper-aware of these hidden costs. They weigh every decision with the mindset, how will this affect my wealth 5, 10, or 20 years from now? Avoiding lifestyle creep. As income increases, so does spending. That's human nature. This is known as lifestyle creep, and it's one of the biggest reasons people making 6 or even 7 figures still struggle financially. Millionaires fight this consciously. They maintain the same lifestyle even after major income jumps. Instead of upgrading to a new car or penthouse apartment, they invest the difference. Their income grows, but their expenses don't, and that's how they get ahead. They understand that real wealth isn't about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep and grow. Real-life millionaire habits. Let's look at some real examples that show how powerful these habits can be. Take Ronald Reed, a janitor and gas station attendant who quietly built an $8 million fortune by living frugally and investing consistently. He didn't earn a high income, but he never made dumb purchases. That allowed him to retire rich and leave a massive legacy. Or consider Shaquille O'Neal, a superstar who made hundreds of millions. Yet he's famously frugal. He once returned a Lamborghini because it didn't fit him comfortably. He buys in bulk at Walmart. But he also owns investments in over 150 companies, including Google and Papa John's. His wealth comes from ownership, not splurging. These examples show that wealth isn't just about income. It's about habits, discipline, and intentionality. How you can think like a millionaire today. You don't need a $1 million bank balance to adopt millionaire thinking. You can start right now. Begin by tracking your spending. Awareness is power. Look at where your money goes each month and ask yourself, is this a need, a want, or a distraction? Next, create a habit of questioning purchases. Wait 48 hours before buying anything over $100. Often, the desire fades once the impulse passes. Set up automatic investments. Treat investing like a monthly bill you must pay. Even $100 a month compounds over time. Most importantly, develop a long-term mindset. Stop thinking in days or weeks. Start thinking in years and decades. That shift alone can transform your financial future. Conclusion: wealth is a mindset. At the end of the day, building wealth isn't some mysterious secret that only the elite know. It's actually quite simple, but it requires discipline, patience, and a clear understanding of what truly matters. Millionaires avoid dumb purchases not because they can't afford them, but because they choose not to trade their future freedom for temporary satisfaction. They understand something most people overlook. Money is a tool, and when you respect it, when you protect it, grow it, and use it wisely, it gives you something far more valuable than material things. It gives you options. It gives you peace of mind. It gives you the ability to walk away from toxic jobs, take risks on things that matter, or help the people you love when they need it most. Every dollar you waste on something impulsive or status-driven is a dollar that could have been invested into something meaningful. Over time, those missed opportunities add up, not just financially, but emotionally too, because nothing is more frustrating than looking back and realizing you could have built wealth if only you had spent smarter. Millionaires know this. That's why they think differently. They live below their means. They delay gratification. They put their money into assets, not liabilities. And they ask themselves one powerful question: is this purchase bringing me closer to freedom or pushing me farther away? And that's the mindset I want you to walk away with today. Not one of restriction, but of empowerment. You have the ability to take control of your financial future, regardless of how much you earn right now. It starts with small decisions. Choosing to invest instead of splurge. Choosing to wait instead of rush. Choosing long-term value over short-term dopamine. You don't have to be a millionaire to start acting like one. In fact, you'll become one by thinking this way, by building habits that serve your future self, not just your present wants. So the next time you're about to tap that card or click buy now, pause. Ask yourself, am I spending like the person I am today or the person I want to become? That one moment of self-awareness could change everything. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor, like it, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. What's one purchase you regret, and how would you handle it differently today? This channel is all about helping you master your money, build real wealth, and create the life you deserve. So keep watching, keep learning, and remember, it's not about looking rich, it's about being free. Thanks for being here. See you in the next one.